So, if I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but laptops are very, very, very light these days, and they're usually under 100 watts. So the actual power brick with the laptop is pretty fine. It's pretty average. It's not really all that heavy, but it is annoying to carry around. So a lot of laptops are focusing on C-type cables, right? A lot of laptops are switching to C, but whatever happened to fat laptops, right? The most annoying thing about modern laptops is they don't have enough UI, right? I'm pretty sure there's even laptops now that have reduced the number of Type A, USB-A, that's the same thing as a flash drive. Yeah, that square thing, that's called a USB-A, right? In favor of adding more USB-C, but then you have to put on a dongle. And it's very, very, very annoying because it's called a laptop. I want to use it on my lap. I want to lay down and use it on my lap. Like, why would I want it to work like a tablet? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Why would I want it on the desk? It's gonna mess up my back. It's gonna be very annoying. Yeah, you get a lot of neck strain from it's very annoying. And it's like, if you make it fatter, not heavier, you actually get a benefit of better cooling, so you get more power efficiency. The difference between a T460S and a T460 is 5 watts. Like, one is 65, the other is 60. That's like a 10-year-old laptop by this point. But yeah, you get so much better power efficiency, right? The PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5 have all used the same exact cable that handles up to 200 watts of power. So why not just make that a selling point, add a bunch of UI? If someone's like, well, it kind of looks ugly, you're gonna be going like, well, no it doesn't, and sure, here's rubbers or something, or a sliding bit. Like if you just stick the thing, if you just make it if you just make it fat, maybe up the battery size a little bit, and just, like, most laptops have way too much battery life for it to, like, you don't really need a laptop with more than 6 hours of battery life. If you're gonna be using it for heavy gaming, you're gonna be hooking it up to a wire anyway. So yeah, even my T460S, I've never actually run out of power. I got myself a 23-inch like 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, right? Late 2022. And I used it so little, I kid you not. Right, so 2 months after I buy it, I buy the little T460S because I just want something to walk around and use. And I got my 23-inch RTX 3050 because our old laptop, I tried to change the thermal paste, but it was like a stupid Acer, and I just had it hooked up in the living room for years and very barely ever used it, blah, blah, blah. So the new laptop is something so that you could do work on the go when you're out of town, right? And I didn't want to schlep around a 23-inch laptop, so I got like a cheap, like 14-inch, right? After like 2 years, we went on vacation in Turkey, right? And I was like, I should add more memory to my big laptop because I'm finally gonna get to use it, so that blah blah blah, I could play video games with my friend in the hotel room. And so I buy an SSD, I go to a place, to my computer place, I pull out the laptop, I look at its underside, and it's like, oh, I had already put in an extra terabyte. So I have to go back and get the little one to add the M.2 to the little one. And I basically spent the vacation just using the little one because all we did was watch YouTube and play something off of, I don't know, like recordings of WWE my friend had in his portable memory. Yeah, it was, and I never actually ended up using the big one because the room wasn't designed for a big one, right? Because there's this like little, not even a table, like a little bar plot for under the TV, and it could only hold like a 14-inch TV. Like, Turkish hotels are not designed for laptop use. Like, we went this year and the TV was tiny. The TV was tiny. It was in Istanbul. The TV was very tiny, and it was very strange. Very, very strange. Like, we had a 2-bedroom room, right? And there was no socket in between the 2 beds, so we could put our laptop in the middle and play stuff. But even then, we didn't need the socket. My friend just watched Netflix for like some big fight on Netflix for like 2.5 hours, and on a chair, and it was because and I just moved the chair with the laptop to my right afterwards, so I could plug it in and charge it. Like, laptop power really isn't as significant as you might think it is. Like, 4 hours of Netflix is mostly what you're gonna be using it for, or what you're gonna need. Yeah. I definitely think that a PS cable for a laptop makes a lot more sense than a PowerBrick. If it's a smaller laptop, like, making it a little bit fatter would improve energy efficiency and give you a bunch of UI. And it would make it less attractive as a thing to steal. Because some idiots think, oh, only new fancy looking laptops are the thing to steal or something. No, like, I want a ThinkPad that just doesn't need a PowerBrick. I want to have like a PS3 cable or a longer PS3 cable and just have like 4 to 6 hours of battery life. That's the perfect laptop for me, I feel. And I feel that's like the perfect laptop for a bunch of different people. Because it's just, they're so light these days. There's no point in having a PowerBrick at all. I don't feel like there is.